Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Now before we begin, I'm gonna ask that you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share me please if you think this video is worth it. I'm worth it, people. Now I wanna apologize because I am a little bit under the weather. So y'all bear with me. I may have to do some coughing and hacking and stop it in between, but the message will still be the same. All right, so this story is going to take place in the Orlando, Florida area where I grew up, and it's going to transition all the way to Apopka, Florida, about 20 minutes away, 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from Ivy Lane Road, West Colonial Drive. Now, this story is going to be centered around this guy by the name of Finch. Now, Finch was known as a head buster, savage. He grew up with us, like every family in the South had that one person that ain't kin to him. But, if you call on that person to get some shit done, they gon' rock with you. They gon' be more into it, gonna be more into the battle, more so than you. So Finch was that for our family. So Finch was a savage. I mean, goonhead. I mean, if we got something brewing at the club, Finch ain't there. No matter where Finch at, we put in a cell phone call to Finch. Finch there. Finch there loaded up with guns, ammo, knives. The bitch was like a little blade. Finch was that dude, man. So one night, I was young at this time. I was a young cat, man. I'm probably about 15, 16. I was just getting into gang life, just starting to jump off the porch and sell a little dope, head bust a couple cats. I was fresh and green with the shit. But, Finch took me under his wing. And Finch was like, okay, this how you do it. He was like, oh, if you're going to cut somebody, you cut them like this. If you're going to do this, you do it like that. I mean, he like, and make sure you clean your guns. When you get home, make sure you always take time out the day to clean your gun. And although Fitz wasn't no military dude, he loved cleaning guns. I mean, he could disassemble any gun, clean it with the little brush thing. He take his knives, he would set his knives in some kind of oil and pull them out and then sharpen them. I mean, he was just bred for war. This cat, I mean, boy, the government lost the mark when they let this man, when they didn't accept this man into the military, because he said he wanted to go into the military at 18, but they said he had a psychological problem. Y'all keep that in mind. They said he had a Batman complex psychological problem that, if they let him in the military, he probably would enjoy killing too much. So that's the type of cat my family had on their team. Now, Finch will always be there. And Finch liked one of my sisters. He liked my 19-year-old sister. So Finch liking him, but Unc and brother them, they say, nah, Finch, you can't deal with her, you can't do. But I was there, she knocked him off a couple times, he was hanging around so much, when mama and them left the house, he ain't had no choice but to go get the pussy because she was throwing it at him, and he really cared about her. He would make sure she had food. He would, every time he come to the house, he'll go to Magic Fry, get her what she want, 2 cups of ice, 3-piece chicken and rice, and that was the thing. So Finch was in love with my sister, but Finch never could tell Unc, my mama, or my brother now that he was in love with my sister now. So come time for it, Unc and them say, let's go rob this pawn shop. So they were gonna hit up to Winter Park. It was some pawn shop. Back in the day, was a lot of pawn shop. We knew how to do it. What we would do is, and I'm just being real with you people, we would go steal somebody's car. We'll have a couple people scrap in. We'll duct tape them to the seat, scrap their head so they don't catch whiplash or break their neck and shit. So we'll tell them, flow that bitch. And they'll flow it. Woo, poof, crash into the door, to the wall of the pawn shop. Then they'll back up. When they back up, they'll send like the smallest kids in there. I was a pretty slim cat, pretty small, and my cousin, he was pretty small too. So they'll send us in there. We'll go and we'll open the door or unlock the door, whatever, so they could come in and they'll do a raid like all under 1 minute. We'll be in and out, smash and grab, real shit here, people. Just telling you. So one night, Unc say, "Hey, we finna go to Winter Garden. We've been casing this pawn shop out. We finna do. I mean, not Winter Garden, Winter Park, and we've been casing this pawn shop. We gonna do it." So we say, "Okay, then let's rock. Let's do it." So Finch was like, "Okay, I got the car." So Finch went and he got this car. Car was fly too, beautiful car. Man, what you doing with this nice ass white car? He had to get it from like an old rich neighborhood. And he like, "Man, ain't no police gonna stop us with this bitch right here. They even got the support law enforcement sticker in the back. So shit, they gonna think we one of them." And he like, "I'm gonna wear the hat. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna crash in this bitch. We got this." I was like, "Damn, Finch, you stupid boy. You stupid boy. You crazy boy. Finch, you a motherfucker." You know. So Finch like, "Man, let's get this money. Let's get this money." So, but Finch had promised my sister that he was gonna bring her back $200, $300, $400 and get her hair done and all that shit. That she could buy a couple tennis skirts and shit. That's when tennis skirts was heavy in the game. So we all load up in the car. There's a secondary car we taking, a van. And then Finch drove that car all the way to Winter Park. So we go down there. I don't know the pawn shop. I don't know the street. I was too young. I can't remember offhand. But we go down there to Winter Park, just like it all rehearsed, scrapped up. Boom, boom, boom. Scrapped up. Finch flow that bitch. Woo. Engine still work. He back up. Boom. It left a little crack in the walls and shit. The cement. We move the bricks and go in there, unlock the door. Bam. They doing the smash and grab. They sit up there and they give us everything we want. So I sold a Nintendo. You know, kid. I run in there and I just take a Nintendo, Sega Genesis cartridge. Some shit like some little stupid ass video game. But that's what my mind was. I ain't know nothing about no guns and shit like that. I was still a kid brain. So after that, so they leave the car right there. So Finch had the great idea, because Finch was a serious one. This boy was a mastermind. Y'all keep this shit up. Keep in mind what I'm saying. Finch had already went and stole a car, parked the car in where the parking lot, in the parking lot of the pawn shop. That was gonna be his separate getaway car. After he crashed in with the car he stole, he was gonna get, after they did the robbing, the breaking, the looting, he was gonna take that car, you know, and go see my sister. So Finch had pre-thought out everything, more so than the real criminals. So everything, so we get it, he load up. He say, "I got the money." So he got some cash or whatever hanging in the safe. Whatever the dude had out cash, roughly around about $400-500 in cash. So everybody like, "You coming with us, Finch?" And like, nah, man. So Finch had drove to Apopka because my sister was staying at her friend's house in Apopka in this place called the Taylor's Apartment. Now, if you guys know anything about Apopka, the Taylor's Apartment is someplace you don't want to get trapped. That little motherfucker got a fence around it. And back in the day when it was real niggas out there, not these talking internet cats, back when motherfucker had cell phones and beepers and it was real talking, these boys were putting that work. If you go in there seeing one of their women's in a Apopka, or you go in there causing trouble, they'll close the gate and lock you in and beat you up, rob you, kill you, whatever. It depending on the severe case that you did. Taylor's Apartments. Look this shit up, man. I can't ask anybody from Apopka how rough Taylor's Apartment was. So my sister was over there with her people hanging out, and so Finch got a little stolen car. He come over there, bam. Finch sitting up there macking my sister down. So, see, Finch wasn't scared of nothing. Because Finch had them heats. Finch I can't even say it right. Finch would definitely blow your goddamn head off and not think nothing of it. Think Old Dog from Menace to Society. Like, that was Finch. Man, so Finch over there tripping. So Unc got word that my sister was over there. So he like, "Nah, man, we got to get out of the apartment. They find out she my niece. You know, they may try something." So then I said, "Well, Finch over there with her." He's like, "Finch, that stupid nigga Finch gonna get her killed. Finch ain't got no chill." So we go over there. So when we go over there, I showed him where the house my sister was, like right there. So he get out the car. Everybody like, what up, Cat Eyes? What up, Cat Eye? What you doing over here? They talking to him like that, and he like, ain't nothing, bro, ain't nothing, bro. Come to pick my niece up. Whoop, whoop. So they start looking at it sideways. So one of the dudes said, let's rob this cat. See, Finch and my sister had just got through knocking each other off in the car that he had stole downstairs. So Finch started looking into people's eyes when my sister went upstairs to get her stuff to leave with Unc now. So Finch didn't like that. And Finch, he was a mastermind now. Listen to me good. He had a plan for a plan. Batman, bitch, Batman. So Finch saw it. So Finch go up there while she getting her stuff. And Finch say, hey, Cat Eyes, that nigga down there with the white shirt on, white beat and shit, he gonna try some shit. He say, while y'all going down there getting in the car, he say, I'm gonna flank that nigga. I'm gonna get in his face and shit, so y'all can go and get where y'all gotta go. And Aunt like, you gonna jump your ass in the car? You can't fight all these cats. He's like, nah, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna leave it right there because I'm gonna come back to that part. Y'all hear? So now, the story is stopped. Finch is in Taylor's apartment. Unc just got my sister from Taylor's apartment. Finch and my sister just got through knocking each other off. So now Finch finna get in some shit just to protect my family, my unc now. So now we finna go back to Grandma. So as we were growing up, Finch was always around the family. And Grandma used to look at him, and Grandma didn't like Finch one bit. Grandma was like, that boy got a death wish on him. That boy got a death wish on him. And Grandma like, that boy a walking corpse. He just no good. He just a walking corpse. We couldn't see it, but Finch was like a real dude, man. Finch was that guy. So Grandma was like, that boy already dead. He just don't know it. Just don't know it. That boy a walking corpse. That ain't no soul in that body. That's a pure dead man. Dead man in that body. Grandma used to always say that to him. And when she seen him, she would nickname him Dead Man. Dead Man, come here. Dead Man, come in. He loved Grandma. Grandma didn't like him one bit. Grandma like, don't you get my kids killed. And she'd slap him. And then Grandma had a way of making everybody feel loved. She'll slap him and a little slight slap, and then she'll give him a hug and a kiss. And Grandma, you all right with me, Grandma? So, and he loved Grandma. He'll give Grandma everything. But deep down, Grandma didn't like him because she said he was dead. Like he had no soul, no conscience, no shit. She always used to say that he was a dead man, that a dead man inhabited this boy's body. Now, y'all listen to me now. This type of shit can't be made up. So, Grandma used to say that about Finch. So Grandma used to tell everybody, hey, y'all watch this man. Y'all watch this cat. Y'all watch this cat. Like, he'll get y'all hurt. I know y'all think he for you, he protecting you, but he too loose. He'll get you hurt. Nah, that's Grandma take on it. Back to departments. Now, Finch done sit up there and flank these cats. Unc done got my sister in the car. Finch done dropped the money off of my sister. So everybody done loaded up in the car. Finch see three dudes running, run to the gate to close the gate to lock them in, like they typically did in Taylor's apartment. So out of nowhere, Finch just started busting everybody. Pop, 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 pop. Finch just started like wrecking apartments. Dun, 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 dun. So when Finch started wrecking apartment, me, Aunt, sis, everybody that was with her, man, we float the gas getting out of there. They had just closed the gate, so we bust through the gate. When we busted the gate, we seen Finch, because it was only one way in, one way out. We seen Finch run through the gate, past the cats, dumping. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, he dumping like, I don't know what kind of gun he had, because I counted at least 17 shots. And he was still dumping and running. So when he got outside the gate, there's this little store right in front of it, and there's this street. So we stopped the car and like, Finch, get in the bed. Come on, boy, get your ass in here. And Finch waved us off. Go on, nigga, I got this. Because the dudes had crunk up their car. They were finna follow us up Keene and shit. Keene is a street. They were gonna follow us because we were gonna bend Keene, go the back way, then circle back and get on West Colonia and shit. It's little shortcuts here now. So Finch like, I got this. These niggas gonna follow us. They can't follow us back home. And he was like, protect my girl, protect my lady. We like, what Finch talking about? Crazy nigga. So Finch, boom, 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 boom. Finch held them off, shot their cars up. Pop, pop, pop. Nice Chevys. Pop, 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 pop. So we go to the house and we like, man, Finch dead. Finch dead. Man, Finch done got himself killed. So we like, man, shit, cool. So everybody go in the house, and they met up at my mama's house. Everybody go in the house. Everybody sleeping on the couch, on the floor. They stressing, like, damn, man, we just gotta let Finch people know that he died, and everything. So it was kind of something. So we woke up the next morning going outside. Finch laid out there on the chair that we kept on our yard, like under the carport, the balcony and shit. Finch laid up in that bitch sleep with a jacket on. He had stole somebody's jacket or something, because we never seen him with the jacket. He stole somebody's jacket and he was laying down on the couch with the jacket. So I Finch, you okay? So we moved the jacket to see if he got any bloodshot, he dead or something. He was asleep, holding his AK-47 and a 9mm in his hand. He like, oh nigga, I walked back. That shit ain't nothing, man. He said, y'all okay? How many people? And we laughing. Finch, boy, you a maniac, nigga, you crazy, waka, 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 waka. Finch is a hero. Finch nuts, oh man. So now, we all growing up. This shit get old. I'm turning 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. This shit get old now. We trying to do something with our life, trying to get to school. So Finch told us how he wanted to be in the military, special forces, etc. So he said they didn't want to take him in the military. So I forget who it was. I want to say it probably was my auntie. My auntie said, well, how about you go try to join the police force? Finch had no felonies. So he said, okay. So Finch ended up making it to the police force, people. They hired that bitch. Now, Finch is a bona fide Orange County Sheriff Officer right here. I'm going to use the name Finch because that's his code name. That's it. This is a real person. So I'm using his code name. So Finch ended up making it on the police force. Finch excelled in the ranking. He was known as one of the jump out boys, rough and recovery. They used to call them the Duke boys back in our day. They were like, they the Duke boys. Finch was on the team of the Duke boy. They wear all masks, and when they come in to do a drug raid or anything, they'll knock your ass clean off, put a bullet in your ass. It was just so kind of fucked up. So Finch decided, because years had passed, Grandma started liking him again because he wasn't having her kids and her grandkids and no shit. He was a police, so Finch would sit up there and go to Grandma to get protection work done. And she would do the protection work, put the spell on his head. She would have him put this cloth under his hat. So like she made a cloth. And I'm finna tell you guys the cloth. She made a cloth, and the cloth had some kind of African ruined symbols drawn on it. And she would say, this is how you need to sleep with this on your head every day. You sleep with this on your head every day. She would tell him, sleep with this on your head every day. Not one night you go back that you don't put this under your head. Bonnet, scalp, skull cap, whatever. You sleep with this on your head. And in the field, when you wearing your hat, you wear this on your head. No harm will come to you. Finch did just that. So when Finch would make a bust, he would come to Grandma's house and he would drop Grandma off some marijuana, because Grandma liked to smoke her shit. He'll drop Grandma off some weed. He'll probably throw a couple packs of what they seized to Unc them to sell. He just, because he was loyal to the family. And he was like that. And Grandma was like, that's still a dead man. Say, I'm keeping him alive. But he say, that boy's supposed to been dead. That boy's supposed to been dead. So now Finch done got all the way up there. Finch done survived so many gun battles as a kid. Finch done caught some bodies as a kid. Finch was 100% for us as a kid. And he grew up to be one of the greatest rough and recovery police forces Orange County Sheriff has ever seen. And he always had this thing inside of him that he's supposed to do more, protect more, be more. He just had this longing inside of him. So one day Finch decided that he was gonna try to, move up in the ranks and become like a detective or some shit like that. And I tell you, I know Finch was a street nigga. His IQ was immaculate. The boy was just born for war. He was born to strategize. He was born to kill. And some people like that. And that's why grandma used to say he a dead man, because you know you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So Finch worked his way from Rough and Recovery, the Duke boys, the Jump Out boys, all that shit. He worked his way up. So now he a detective. So Finch running around that bitch, he a detective. He's showing everybody he a detective. So there's no rules to the detective shit. So now a case fell on his lap. Y'all, come on, remember this now. Remember Finch went up there into Taylor's apartments and shot them shits up. He made sure everybody. So an unsolved case fell on Finch's lap. So Finch realized he was the one that pulled the trigger, that he had did what he did. That he was the reason, you know, this person came up missing, shot, hurt, whatever. Allegedly, people, allegedly. With the Taylor's apartments back in the day. So now Finch got to try to solve it, but Finch already knew he did it. So Finch came to the family. Finch was like, hey man, this is, remember that job we did about 15 years ago, this, that, and another? Well, it's on my desk. I'm a detective now. It's on my desk. I'm a detective now, and I want to make sure that we, you know, that somebody go down for this, and it ain't nothing with us. Do y'all have anybody that can take the fall for this? So Unc was like, yeah, I got somebody. So Unc had a rival out of the Popka area, and I ain't gonna say his name. So, cause he was set up. So Unc said, yeah, so Finch fabricated the work and got old boy caught up in some bullshit. Grandma was like grateful because she was protecting Finch because, you know, Unc them had did the bullshit. So it was them who did the shit, you know. But so Finch put the charge on him like that. Finch was at ease. He closed his first case to 100% G, happiness. So Finch get moving up in the ranks. Now, Finch at this time, he's about 44, 45. I done seen this man stand in the middle of the street with bullets flying around his ass. I done seen this man jump off a building, jump out of a tree, wrangle you up like a cowboy, tie you up with a rope, lead you somewhere and go get, he could make 30 arrests. He was like a super ninja cop. But he stayed loyal to our family, and that was his downfall. So now Finch had stopped wanting to deal with my sister. They would hook up every now and then and shit. And, you know, he'd drop some change off on him. So, you know, Finch stopped dealing with my sister. And he had moved on, got him a couple girlfriends and all that shit. He wanted to make a life for himself. So Finch came back to Grandma and Finch say, hey, I want to get out of law enforcement. I just want to sit back and retire. I done got some money. I just want to hang out and chill. So Grandma say, okay, well, I'm going to leave the protection on you. But if you want to get out, I think you should get out. He always asked Grandma permission. Grandma like his seal. So Grandma say, well, if you get out of this, now you're going to have to pay for all the wrong you did. You're going to have to pay for all the wrong you did. Listen to me good. You're going to have to pay for all the wrong you did in order for you to continue living and continue to be like this. He believed in this shit. So he said, give me what I got to do. So Grandma told him, every day you need to go to the cemetery and say you need to take every single day, can't miss a day of your entire life. You have to take and you have to put a $5 bill in the same hole, in the same cemetery. Like you dig a hole in this cemetery, you would go in the cemetery, you have to put a $5 bill every single day. Now, I don't know about y'all, but 5 times 365 is a lot of goddamn money. And he had to do this every day. So he dug a big hole. He went to the cemetery. He dug a big hole. And every day he would walk in there and he would drop a $5 bill in that hole, cover it up. He'll undig it, $5, cover it up. He had dug this hole good. And this shit lasted for a long time. Y'all hear me here? So one day Finch fell on hard times. You know, he wasn't getting the police thing. He went out there gang banging. He trying to do the right thing and shit. So Finch decided with his silly ass to go dig up the money. Because it was years he got putting that shit in there. Yeah, excuse me. It was years he had started putting that money in there. It was years. So he was like, shit, I'm on hard time. Bills need to be paid. So he said, well, I'm finna go dig that money up and shit. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. That shit just wives till he had started getting loose. Tell me why at the age of 47 years old, they found Finch dead. Not from no gunshot wound, not from nothing. They found Finch dead, passed out like food poison. The bitch had ate some food from the Washington Shores fish market store, and it had food poison, ptomaine probably, and it stopped his heart or made him throw up so bad. I don't know, but the bitch was found dead in the middle of the street with his guns in his hand, just like he always would, because he'd love to stand in the middle of the street and do a shootout. They found that man dead in the middle of the street off Ivy Lane Road with the dirty money in his hand. The dirty money, because it still had dirt on it. With the dirty money in his hand and in his pocket. And he just died. And the coroner say he died of food poison. All the shootouts that boy was in, grandma protected him. All the shit, even after, grandma protected him. But this bitch got taken out by food poison because he stopped paying them spirits. He stopped paying the spirits that were keeping him alive and on this planet. Now, I'm not saying what Finch did was right. And I'm not saying what grandma did was right, protecting him. But there's rules to this game, people, when y'all sitting y'all ass up here fucking around with these spirits. It's rules. If you are told to pay this spirit and do exactly what they say, it's in your best interest. Even if you fall on hard time, do exactly what they say because it's in your best interest. A lot of people, they fight it. They don't want to do it. They say it don't matter and end up getting hurt. So this lesson was Finch lesson. And I know that's a quick one, but that's about it, people. All right, I'm tight telling you guys, sometime real life is stranger than fiction. Just got to know what you're looking out for. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.